Hi, Teacher G. How are you today?
Oh, hello. I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. So, today I thought would be a great time to introduce you to our students who I'm sure are going to just love you.
Hi, guys.
So, I am going to ask you a few questions so that our students can get to know you better. Are you ready?
Sure.
Great. So, let's start with the easy questions. What is your educational background?
Well, I've always been a big reader and I've always valued knowledge from an early age. So my love for education and also a little bit of family pressure pushed me to pursue a career in architecture and complete my master's degree.
Why did you get into teaching and why do you love it?
Okay, well, to be honest, my initial reasons were quite selfish, actually. I needed a change in my life and I was actually unfulfilled in my high pressure career and I started suffering from burnout due to the constant deadlines. So I wanted a career where my interactions with people would be friendlier and more lighthearted. I also really wanted to travel and see the world. And I wanted the amount of energy that I put into my career to actually have more value than, for example, just spending the whole night, working through the whole night, doing a tiling layout for a bathroom, which I ended up often doing. And I had to, I started questioning this.
Very good. So, where have you taught?
So at first, my first teaching experience was in Namibia. This actually happened somewhat by accident. So I had just completed a project and had some time off. My partner's mother had a company, an education and training company, and they often did community outreach projects. So I was offered the opportunity to go and volunteer in Namibia, and I took it. I had such a positive experience there that I think this also motivated me to pursue education further.
Wow.
And then after that, yes, so then 2 years later, I decided to do my TEFL, and then I moved to Thailand, where I taught for 2 years. I taught mostly grade 11s and 10s at that time. And then from there on, I moved over to Cambodia, where I spent 6 months teaching teenagers and adults. Although I really enjoyed my teaching experience there, I found that the living conditions were a bit hard for me to adjust to. So I moved over to Vietnam, where I've been happily living and teaching for over 2 years, and I absolutely just love it here. And it's here in Vietnam where I actually started teaching younger learners. And despite my former reluctance to work with younger kids, I actually find that I'm enjoying this even more now, just because they are so happy, and you can't help but be happy when you're teaching happy kids.
The younger kids do tend to be quite excited to be in class, don't they?
Yes, there's just so much energy going on.
I know, and it just makes you have more energy in class too because they're just so happy to
Yes.
see you. So great. So, what is your teaching style?
Well, I think I'm very expressive. I use my face a lot. I use my hands. I also tend to use a lot of props. So basically anything from the things in my refrigerator to scary monkeys to to a chalkboard, anything I can use really. And I do encourage my students to move a lot. I want them to move their bodies, especially because they're sitting behind a computer for most of the day. So if I can get them to move along a little bit, I think that's also very good for them. And I try not to overcorrect my students. I really want them to develop confidence. I think that this is more important. So I use positive reinforcement. And I think once a student learns to enjoy the lessons and they like their teacher, they will want to please and impress their teacher. And then it's easier for you to correct them because they will want to improve without being coerced.
Very nice. Yes, confidence is always key when it comes to any type of teaching, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
So, out of curiosity, sometimes we have a group that we tend to like to teach more. So, what is your favorite group of students to teach?
I used to think it was teenagers, but then as I started teaching younger learners, I found that I preferred them. Also, as I said, because of the amount of energy and the playfulness of the lessons, that it really is impossible to be in a bad mood when you teach young kids. And that energy, just you carry that throughout the rest of your day. You might not feel so great in the morning, but once you taught a few classes, suddenly you find yourself smiling and you don't even know why. So
Exactly. You pick up on
yeah,
the kids' energy and it just
yeah.
really works in the lesson. Very nice. So, here at Teacher Cole's English Corner, we strive to ensure our students enjoy each and every class by taking them on what I call a learning journey of discovery. So, we endeavor to encourage our students to dig deeper into the content by developing things like critical thinking skills and turning them into information detectives. How would you facilitate this process?
Okay, well, instead of just presenting to them and telling them facts, I really ask them lots and lots of questions. Before reading, during reading, and after reading, I ask them about everything from the reason behind the facial expressions on the characters in the book to the reason why they think a gecko loses its tail when it's startled. I encourage them to make predictions and to draw conclusions and also to guess what's going to happen next, guess why the reason is this. And even if they don't know, I still want them to guess and then let's go and find out together. So I really want them to internalize the experience too. So I will ask them, for example, how would you feel or what would you do in this character's situation?
Excellent. I love all the questions. It gets them thinking and it lets them have the opportunity to use their vocabulary to come up with their own answer.
Yes, yes. Instead of just telling them what to think, rather teach them how to think.
Exactly. Those critical thinking skills are very important. Very nice. Okay. So, what is your personal teaching philosophy and how does it mesh? How does it work with TCEC's teaching philosophy?
Okay, well, I believe there is no one size fits all when it comes to teaching. So I'm really proud of the fact that we do not force a rigid curriculum on our learners, but instead, each student gets their own individual course with materials suited for their needs. And they study at their own pace too. So we don't push them to finish a unit just for the sake of completing it. We want them to give them time to digest and absorb what they have learned. And also, on the other hand, if they are able to progress faster, if the content for their grade is too easy for them, we can skip them up a level, or if they want to complete it faster, they can move faster. So they really also get the freedom to study in a way that is suitable for them. And I can honestly say that each student gets the kind of individual attention that they would not get in a normal classroom environment. I also firmly believe in respect, and I believe it goes both ways. So I always show up for my students on time, well prepared, and with a friendly and professional attitude. I do my best to let them know that I respect their teaching time, their study time, and that their efforts are appreciated. I want them to feel heard and seen. And I want to offer them a safe space where they can make mistakes and learn and ask questions about the things that they want to know about. And most importantly, I want them to have fun and really enjoy the class so that they will look forward to studying with me and they will start to love learning English and want to improve. They should feel motivated to want to do their best.
I wholeheartedly agree. At TCEC, we really focus on student-driven lessons. So, what works for one student might not work for another. And sometimes we go off the beaten path for a while and add in some extra materials, and then we come
Yes.
back, right?
Yes.
It's really important to master a particular portion of a lesson before we move on. But if they know it, let's keep going.
And also, if there's something that the student is particularly interested, they want to learn about a topic or they want to read about this story, about this character, then we do that for them.
Yes, the digging deeper, right?
Yes. So if they're interested in dinosaurs, we will find some interesting facts about them. We will find some English lesson material around the topic that they're interested in.
Excellent. I love to hear this. Well, Teacher G, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sure all of our students are going to just love your classes. I loved everything you said today. I'm so excited to have you with us.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for having me over.
You're welcome. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.